Fred here, welcome back to the Gear Obsession channel, and what I have here for you today is the Vaporesso Tarot Pro Mod that was sent to me by GearBest. So hopefully I didn't butcher the name too bad, but GearBest did send me this for review, but I will give you my pure, honest opinion as always. Just because they sent it to me doesn't mean they're going to get any special treatment. But, wow, it looks really cool. I've been messing around with it today and yesterday, but vaping on it today. So this is like one day of messing around with temperature control and vaping on it and playing with the controls and getting familiar with it yesterday. And this comes in 3 different colors. You're looking at the silver with the carbon fiber. Sort of looks like a deck of cards, which maybe that's why they call it the Tarot. This is the Pro version, so it's an upgrade of the one that's not the Pro, which I've never reviewed, so I have no way of comparing it. This also comes in a yellow, sort of looks like stained glass yellow is what I'm calling it. And there's also a marble, which is sort of grayish. So you have some different colors depending on just what you want to sport, or if you want it to match with your clothes or whatever. But why is this special? Why should you run out and get it? Well, right now it's on GearBest on special for $42. It's the original. I did the little scratch and check, and it's 180 watts. That's pretty impressive. The other thing that's special about it, it has the new OMNI Board, and what that OMNI Board is, it means it makes it technologically cutting edge. It has a smart feature where it just spits out and recommends a wattage for you if you just want to vape and not understand this whole thing. But a lot of people don't like what it recommends, but you could obviously override it. This thing has crazy amounts of modes, and even a bypass mode. I'm going to go through all that, but let me just tell you what's that bypass mode, why it's pretty cool. In bypass mode, you're basically bypassing all the electronic wizardry and just making it act like a mech mod. Pretty cool. So you could have a mech mod, or you could have the latest cutting edge temperature control and variable wattage and everything that goes with that. Really cool. It's also firmware upgradable. There's a port there you can use for charging, but you could also use it for firmware upgrades, which means it's not going to leave you behind as the technology gets upgraded. It'll just hook it up to your computer, load some software, and bang, you got the latest and greatest. So lots of really cool things. I'm going to try to cover most of it. If I went into every detail on this thing, this would be a 30-minute video. And also, I'm not the most technically, I'm not technically an expert at a lot of the features in this. So I'm going to go with more of a broad, however shallow review of all the features. And I'm sure there are other videos out there, I know there are, that go into more detail. But hopefully this is enough to get your interest and you can research it and all that. But before we go down, GearBest, the link is in the description box below, along with all the specs, which I'll also go over here. So much to cover, so little time. So here's the mod. It did not come with my Theorem tank by Wismec. I just do that on there because it's 22 millimeter, and anything much larger than that is going to sort of spill over the edges. So it'll work with, let's say, a 25 millimeter diameter tank. However, if you want it to be not hanging over, you don't want to hang out there, stick with 22 millimeter. But they were trying to keep within the form factor, I guess, of a deck of cards. This was around the box. Here's the box. And what did it come with? Well, in this package here, you get a Spartan manual. It doesn't go into an elaborate amount of detail, but it is well written. I'll give them that. And you get a warning card if you want to freeze on that. I don't know. And a warranty card. And this is the box that it came in. I'll let you take a look at all this stuff here if you want to freeze frame. And inside this box is something pretty impressive that's left over that I left in here. I have never seen I have never seen a USB cable this freaking cool. Check this out. This is probably the coolest cable I've ever seen. I mean, it feels like it has a metal braiding and metal ends on it. Look at that. It even has a spring so it doesn't break it from stress. You know, it sort of helps it curve. Very impressive cable. I mean, this cable alone is probably worth about $10. So we have so many things that I could cover. Obviously, to wake it up, put to sleep 5 presses. You can see how that wakes up. And yeah, this is, we'll say it's new, so we'll recalculate there. And you got the ohms, wattage, voltage. It remembered, not wattage, but temperature in this case. I have a temperature control set for stainless steel. And look how it shows the 2 batteries. So it shows you the levels of both batteries, which it uses 2 18650 batteries. Now the door's held on magnetically, and look, it barely moves. It moves just a hair if you really try, but if you don't try, like you just normal handling, it doesn't have any kind of shake or rock or anything. Pretty good. So there's my batteries, my cheap 18650 batteries. See some magnets. Has like 4 total magnets there, but very nicely done. Pop it on there. It has some venting holes on the bottom. On the side, I already showed you the power button. You have a OLEDs or OLED 0.91 inch display, and you have your up and down buttons, and you have your mode select button. I like having a mode select button because I hate having to try to remember sequences. So this sort of makes a mod that is very complex a lot simpler to operate. I think that's pretty important. I wish it was a little bigger, but I'm glad it's there. On the top you have a 510 thread with a spring loaded pin, and you have some channels there for airflow in case the thing is sucking air through the 510, which it's hard to find any of them to do that anymore. So I'm just, again, going to put my Wesmec theorem on here, which did not come with this. This kit only included the mod, but I need to test it, right? So I have this on there, sort of testing it. It has that notch coil with it's stainless steel, so that's sort of what I was trying it out with. So I wanted to test this not only in variable wattage mode, but I also wanted to make sure that it worked in temperature control, which it does. Like I have it set for 460. I'm pressing the button here, and you can see it doing its thing, and it's not smoking my cotton, so that's pretty impressive. We know the temperature control is working properly. What the dimensions there below, again, like a deck of card, weight is 200 grams. It can do temperature between 280 and 600 degrees Fahrenheit. Output volt or wattage goes from 5 to 160 watts. That is a lot. Voltage ranges from 0 to 8.5 volts. It can handle resistances from 0.05 ohms to 5 ohms. And again, it's powered by 2 18650 batteries that are not included. Now this particular case has a zinc alloy and aluminum going on here with this very nice carbon fiber look to it. Is it real carbon fiber? I don't know. To me, it can pass for it, but I don't think it's real carbon fiber. But it looks very handsome. One more thing before we start running through the menu is this has a lot of protections, so it's advanced even in its safety. It has low voltage, short, low resistance, overheat, current, load, timeout, battery polarity protections, everything that you would expect in a modern, well-made mod. So modes, how do you change modes? Well, remember I said it had a mode button right there, and these are the up and down. So like right now I'm in regular temperature control. I could just hit these buttons and it'll go up and down. If I press and hold it, it'll speed up a little bit. So very easy to use. The buttons are not marked plus or minus, so basically the one up here is plus, the one down here is minus. Mode, you press and hold this button down here for 3 seconds and it will cycle through modes. So you can see I went to titanium. It went to MR or M1 and M2 and M3. Those are your TCR settings, your temperature coefficient of resistance. There's your bypass mode, and this is the smart mode where it just sort of guesses what your wattage is, but you could override that and just set it to whatever wattage you want. Again, all the way up to 160, as dangerous as you want to be. So pretty neat right there. Now, I said that it offers a lot of modes. So you have variable wattage. You have CCW, which is customized curve wattage. So let me see if I could go into that. Okay, so let's say you're in variable wattage mode. If you just sort of, I think like triple click the mode, is it? There we go. You could go from your regular variable wattage to this customized curve wattage. So if I go ahead and hit that and select it, oh, I guess you got to press and hold it. There we go. Now you could basically set what you want the wattage to be at the time of initial press of the button. As time progresses all the way up to 0.5 seconds, it looks like you can sort of customize that curve of how you want it to ramp up or ramp down. Pretty elaborate. More elaborate than I would get, but if you like to, let's say, have that punch at the beginning and then have it mellow out, which is what most people like to do, you could do that. So let me get this set back, because I don't get that elaborate, and I'll just set it back to the regular variable wattage mode. And then you press and hold it, and you can see how. So triple it, and then you can select between those two modes when you're in the variable wattage mode, and then press and hold it, and it'll get you back. Now, let's get to the temperature control for stainless steel, which is what I have in here right now. Now, if I were to press and hold it, again, okay, let me go back to, sorry, there we go. Okay, now that I'm back in the temperature control mode for stainless steel, if I hit this 3 times, you can see how it's going to do a curve, or a customized curve of temperature, or I could do the regular temperature control. You could select one or the other. So I'm going to do this, press and hold it, and now I could customize the temperature as time goes by, where I could have it punch up real high and then lower, or slowly ramp up. You could sort of do all that stuff. That is just an amazing amount of detail. Really customize your vape. That is pretty impressive. Oops, wake up there. So you can just go through and tailor these things. Now, I don't get into that kind of detail, so I'm going to triple hit this guy and set it back to regular temperature control and then press and hold it, and we'll stay there. So also, you can flip the screen. I think if you hold both these buttons down, it'll flip. Press these again, it'll flip back. I think if you hit the mode and the minus button, I think it will lock the resistance, if I'm not mistaken. We'll try that. There we go. You can see how it turned to a lock. Press and hold it again, it'll unlock it. So lots of features. There may be more, but I don't want this to be an extremely long video. The important thing is, how does it vape? Now, again, I'm not an expert, so I just wanted to do that broad sweep of all the features really quick, as best I can in a short condensed video, because I am known for making videos that are way longer than they should be. The important thing is, how good does this vape? I'm going to set this to 500 degrees temperature control. See just how well it goes. No burning whatsoever. I like it. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this into just variable wattage mode and sort of crank it up, because that's usually the way that I vape. I usually don't do temperature control. Usually I just do straight up variable wattage. Let's try it at just 50 watts. And by the way, this coil is running at 0.32 ohms. Okay, so as I vape on it, I don't feel any kind of frequency going on or chattering or noise or anything. It sounds, you know, just straight up current, sounds nice and clean. I don't think I want to go up any higher than this. I think this is right at the limit of where I want to be with this particular setup. It is very, very good. This is a nice, clean, crisp vape. It just, you know, just from the way that it feels like it's getting the power, if you know what I mean. As far as flavor and all that, that's the tank, not the mod. Alright, so I'm going to make sure that I'm not missing anything here. Again, all the specs are down below, and also if you go to the GearBest website and scroll down, they have a lot of details and pretty pictures that could probably explain things way better than I have here on the video. All I can tell you is I'm glad GearBest sent me this. I'm kind of lucky I have a channel where they do this. I'm always totally honest with you. But if I were looking for the, you know, a very advanced mod that looks sharp and operates sharp and safely, this is it. I really love the way that this looks. It's a little like Art Deco-ish. I don't know how to explain it. It just looks rich, you know? I really do like the look. This is my taste right here. Do the buttons rattle? These buttons down here, I don't hear much rattle. The power button, there's a little bit of rattle there, but the tactile feel of it, nice clicky. It feels really good. It doesn't require a lot of pressure, so that's kind of important. And again, it doesn't, you know, the door doesn't move in your hand or do anything weird. It feels good. Now, as far as comfort, it doesn't feel as comfortable as, let's say, a nice rounded mod or anything like that, because it is kind of a square deck of cards. But besides that, you know, I don't know. It's a fingerprint magnet. It's not extremely bad. I've had a lot worse. The screen is nice and bright, easy to read. I think the 2 batteries is really cool. So I'm pretty happy with it. There you go. We'll make a big cloud there. So do I recommend it? Oh yeah, I definitely recommend it. Right now it's running $42. I don't know what it's going to be by the time I get this posted, because I do not make these videos the day that I post it. Usually it's the day before, unless for some reason I didn't get it taped, which is rare. So whatever the price is, I'll go ahead and make sure it's listed below, right in front of the link, and the link is there. And if any of you have the tarot cards, you know, like tarot, I don't know, I'm probably saying it wrong, Pro Mod, and have experience with it, because this is just one man's opinion and experience, and I do recommend it. But if any of you out there have experience, want to recommend it or not recommend it, or have problems with it, whatever, post your experiences down there. Help other people make informed decisions. That's one of the reasons why I do this channel, other than to share my obsessions, which one of them is vaping. And I'm just running on because I just want to sit here and vape this. By the way, I'm vaping Transit Vape Bypass, or Bus Pass, sorry. This is a mocha cream, I think. It tastes like a mocha cream. Let me bring that up real quick. Mocha and vanilla. I was close. Mocha and vanilla taste. It's kind of neat. Nice, good, clean vape. And when I say that it feels good, is that there are some mods where it does regulation by pulsing the electricity, so it's sort of modulating the power, and you could actually sense it. You could feel it pulsing the power instead of having a nice steady feel to it. This has a nice steady feel to it. I don't feel anything. I shouldn't talk when I have all the vape in my mouth. I don't feel anything weird going on. It feels exactly what I'm setting to it. It just, everything is working good. That's what I'm trying to say. It's good. It's authentic. I did the scratch and sniff on there. Checked it with the website because they are stating it's original. So I always like to check. So I recommend it. Links below. It's good. Alright, well thank you very much for joining me here at Gear Obsession channel. I really do appreciate every friend, viewer, subscriber, and especially you. And I hope you have a great day or evening. Take care.